This is a 2016 Ford Fiesta ST, so not even 10 years old. And just look at this. So crispy, deteriorating, missing. So we're gonna replace this. Okay, so you pop your hood. I would recommend just giving it a wipe down while you're in here. Vacuum out any of the leaf debris. Take these caps off to expose the bolts on the windshield wiper blades. And then we're gonna get a 15 and we're gonna remove these. So these are the original wiper blade arms. They've been on the car since day one. And the way to get these off, at least according to other YouTubers, is to wiggle these side to side, up and down. And I don't think I'm that weak, but I need some additional leverage to get these off. I'm not trying to crack my windshield in the process. So this little tool right here is a wiper blade remover tool. I will put the link from Amazon in the description and comments below. But basically we're gonna get up under here, get some leverage, and hopefully pop this off without stripping these threads. One more thing that you want to do is make sure that you're going to put the blades back on the same way they came off to make sure that they actually do their job later. So I have used a Sharpie to mark the angle that I want these blades to be placed back on. I mean, you guys could see from my earlier section of the video just how stuck these blades are. This tool works pretty cool. So we're gonna line it up so that it's really even. This tip of this device right here is gonna touch the center of this, and hopefully we'll get it to just like pop right off. So for the driver's side arm, I had the hood open. For the passenger side arm, I had to close the hood. And we are looking pretty good. I'm just gonna give it a quick vacuum. Looks like my neighbor's tree. Added a few more little sprigs. And when I take off this cowl, I imagine we're gonna have some leaves and stuff under there as well. So get that tool and save yourself a lot of headache. Okay, so you've got the blades off, you've got your hood open. Next step is we're gonna remove these metal clips that are holding the cowl to the frame. Don't lose them, don't set them in the engine area, take them off. Don't pry them so that you bend them, they're just little bits of metal. Correction, these clamps, this is what they look like when you take them off, are just little bits of plastic. So be very gentle when removing these. Otherwise you're gonna have issues breaking these little tabs and you might not be able to hold your new cowl in place. So be very gentle. Here's the old cowl and the new cowl. Major difference. And then after you get the cowl off, just take a little shop vac, get up under here, clean out whatever's under there. Hopefully there's no critters under there. Give it a good wipe. And then we're gonna take off these side pieces next. After you've gotten your cowl off, you vacuumed under here, you've wiped it down. Then we're gonna take these side pieces off and we're gonna work top to bottom. Once you get these off, there's like a little track system in here, and there are gonna be clips on the new pieces that you're gonna wanna kinda like slide into these grooves. Look at this, oh, much better. Couple things to call out once you've got the cowl in and these side places in. Make sure that you really push the side pieces down and that they're locked in. There's going to be a lot of wind up here, and if you haven't pushed them down, You might be driving along and have these start to flap, which you don't want. And then on the side piece, there's a little hook that'll go in this hole on the cowl. The cowl also will line up with this center pin underneath the dash. So we've got our cowl back on. This is our new cowl. It's looking much better. We're gonna get it lined up properly, and then we're gonna reinstall those little clips to hold it in place. One more thing to call out when you're reinstalling your cowl, there is this little lip. There's no clips, but there's this little ridge, and there is a little well underneath your windshield that this little ridge clips into. And when I say clips into, I mean slides into. It doesn't seem to be completely flush after install. I've got the sides pretty locked in, but there's nothing in the middle part to like hold it in place. So we'll see what happens when I drive this thing. This is what I'm talking about, how it's just not totally tight here. So after you've got your side pieces put back on, your new cowl in place, clips back on, now it's time to put the wiper blades back on.